Hey everyone, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit about metaphors today. I know that Mr. Knepp did the first lesson for you guys on similes, which is a type of figurative language, which we are currently learning about. I'm going to try and make this short and sweet. I just want to go through this so you can understand exactly what to do on this assignment. If you follow exactly what this video says, you should have no problem. Okay, so for the first thing here, when you guys open this slideshow, it's going to start with talking to you a little bit about what a metaphor is. A metaphor is kind of like a simile. They go together, but the big difference is that a metaphor carries two things that are different, but they're not going to use the words like or as, kind of like a simile does. Now, again, you're making a comparison. It is either implied or it is hidden. And they are comparing two things that are understood, but they share common characteristics. So there's a few examples over here on the right-hand side above this cursor here. For example, the cast on Michael's broken leg was a plaster shackle. Another one, her eyes were fireflies. And a third one, John's suggestion was just a band-aid for the problem. Let's just take the second one, for example. Her eyes were fireflies. There are two things being compared there, eyes and fireflies. What do they have to do with one another? Well, it's kind of like saying, well, her eyes, maybe they're bright and they're shiny, so you got to think about what do they have in common there. Now, once you're done learning that, and you can go back to there to refresh your memory on what a metaphor is. You got a metaphor video for you to watch, which should entertain you. So watch that video. Now, moving on to a little bit of practice. We want you to go to this slide and we want you to practice on these 5 sentences. Just go through and highlight the 2 words that are being compared. So again, metaphors are making some comparisons. So the example up there, my mind is a puddle in the street reflecting green. You look at that, you go, what's being compared here? Oh, well, my mind is being compared to a puddle. We've got 5 sentences here for you to practice. Just go ahead and you guys know how to go up here on the toolbar and you can use your formatting tools to go down here and highlight the things that are being compared, highlight them yellow. So when we look at that slide, we should see 2 things in each of the sentences that are being highlighted. Okay, moving on. The next slide, a little bit more practice. This time, instead of highlighting what is being compared, we want you to basically say, what do you think that means? What does the sentence mean? So for example here, life is a roller coaster. Well, if somebody says that, what do they mean there? Well, it means this. Life, it's got ups and downs, just like a roller coaster does. Again, the 2 things being compared there are life to a roller coaster. So we've got 4 sentences here. Number 1, Mr. Shannon has a heart of gold. Tell us what you think that means. Number 2, you are my sunshine. Number 3, Mr. Knepp is a walking encyclopedia. He's not really a walking encyclopedia, but what does that mean? And number 4, her voice was music to my ears. Almost done with this assignment. You go to the next slide. It says, okay, now take one of those sentences and actually draw what you think it literally means. So that previous slide here will kind of help you. So you would take one of those 4 sentences, not all 4 of them, just take one of them. Mr. Shannon has a heart of gold. What would that literally look like? Okay, his heart isn't really gold. That's not what we want you to draw. Number 2, you are my sunshine. Number 3, Mr. Knepp is a walking encyclopedia. And number 4, her voice was music to my ears. So what you can do there is you can either draw something on paper, get yourself a sheet of paper, draw what it means. You can take a picture of that and you can save it to your Google Drive and then go up here to insert and you can insert your image from there. Go over here and upload it from Google Drive. Or you can use some tools and make a drawing and put it in here. I know you guys are smarter at technology than I am. And then when you're all done, you're going to go here to this site and it says, hey, make sure you tried your best. Make sure you completed all the slides. We are looking for you to have this slide, numbers 4, 5, and 6 done, and then you'll get credit for this assignment. We're trying to teach you a little bit about metaphors. So if you have any questions, you can certainly hop onto Google Classroom or your email, or check in with us. This is the important thing. Check in with us when we do Google Meets this week and ask your questions there. So hopefully this explains everything you got to do on this slideshow. Have a great day and stay safe.